From the West Coast, we're coming to you live from the NFL's newest and the world's most expensive stadium, state-of-the-art SoFi here in Inglewood, California. Today, an exciting battle in the NFC between the Arizona Cardinals and the Los Angeles Rams. On one sideline, a look at the Cardinals head coach. These guys losers their last game, hoping to reverse that here. On the other side, the head coach of the Rams. Their guys, you can hear it, they've got the crowd at their backs. Things only going to get louder once this game gets underway.
Joshua Carney to kick off for the
So glad to have you with us here. Kate Scott and Brock Hewer on the call. Joshua Carney with the honors. And here we go on EA Sports. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. So here are the Cardinals now, headed out for their first drive. They'll be led out by the Utah State product and former first-rounder back in 2020, Jordan Love.
Last week, Kate, you won't call his effort wasted, never. But you wish a game like that would have come in a win instead of showing up in a contest they ended up dropping. 2 touchdowns, no picks. That's the type of game that wins are typically built off of.
They'll bring the tight end in motion. On the ground, this is Trey Benson. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Now, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
Black, 95.
To the air with Love. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's going to be brought down at the 28-yard line.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Rams add a man to the secondary. 3rd down.
Let's go now.
Throw here. 3rd down. And the Rams are there, and down he goes. And they come up big on 3rd down there with the sack. The Cardinals out for the punt. And he'll punt it away to end a disappointing opening drive. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. So here come the Rams on offense, ready for their opening drive. And we'll get a chance to see someone still in the early stages of their career, this 3rd-year QB.
Just an all-around great performance from him last week, Kate, in the win. Those 2 touchdowns he had played a big part in the victory, no question. But so did keeping it clean, not throwing a pick. You want to become friendly with your own defense? Make sure they don't have any extra possessions to defend. He did his job, and so did his teammates.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 29-yard line.
Back-to-back carries here. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Buda Baker bringing that one to an end.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
Another carry for him. He pushed for it, but they held strong. Gets it up to the marker, but about a yard away, it looks like. 4th down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you'd really break the backs of the defense.
And he's going to have this up and across midfield, partner, to the 48.
That's good.
Wow, what a call. They wind up with 12 on 4th down. They pull off the conversion.
At the 48-yard
That's simply
line.
a bet being made that not only is your call or scheme better, but that your players just want it more than the big fellas on defense do. And clearly on that one, they did.
Football's on the 48. Here we go. First down. They run. It's the rookie from UCLA. Saw the lane, hit it quick, call that a gain of 7. Nicely done.
He's tackled at the
I'm not kidding you,
49-yard
Kate.
line.
A run of that
It's a
length
gain
at
of
the
7.
NFL level, honestly,
Brings up
is the equivalent of a run of
2nd and 3.
15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Running for the marker on 2nd. And this drives him back at a field goal range, Brock, as he's stopped for a loss of yardage.
There on the tackle.
The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Rams have the first down. Quite the opening drive they put together, partner. New set of downs all the way down to the 25. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
From the contact.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here, and it's going to bring up 3rd down.
He was taken down.
That one felt kind of counterintuitive there, Brock. They load up the line with that extra blocking, and then the run goes out to the edge anyway.
That's right. You put 2 tight ends on the field, yeah, you can live with a stalemate. It's hard to move people in the NFL, but you do not want to go backwards.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Intended for Luke
Well, no
Musgrave.
look on his first look of the game, and that brings up 4th and long.
Joshua Carty on for the Rams field goal.
And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And they are able to get their first 3 points of this game.
Cardinals nothing.
I'd say all in all, that's the exact type of start this team was looking for. 2 possessions in, they've got the lead, and a little early momentum with that field goal.
Returnable from the 1. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
First and 10.
Now he gets set to see the Cardinal offense for the 2nd time. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening first down as they take the field a 2nd time. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Love out of the shotgun. This one quickly to Harrison. And he manages... Maybe 3 yards there to the 23-yard line.
Harrison Jr.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
2nd down now. They need 7.
Come on, set. Yellow, 43.
Shotgun now for Love. Connects with Harrison again. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the 2 of them.
First down throw. Here's Love. Pass him on the quick hitter. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. A quarter down. 3 more to go for these NFC West opponents. Just 3-0 is our score. We'll return to Inglewood in just a moment. Back and ready now for the 2nd quarter. It's Cardinals football. They'll have 2nd and 7 to deal with.
Yellow.
Quick throw out wide by Love. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 4 yards. And it's good enough for an Arizona first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
First and 10 from the 43.
Down. Ready.
Once more, it's Love. Throw is there, Trey McBride. And a great play is brought to an end as this one reaches the 35-yard line. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
Wow, certainly found the weak spot in the coverage with that catch. Really goes to show they trust every single player, receiver, running back, in that case tight end, to be a playmaker in this offense.
And he's brought down by a collective effort there, only 1 yard on the carry.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Dialing up a receiver screen. They come crashing down on that receiver screen, and they take him down behind the line.
You'll hear defensive coaches all the time really ask their players to pull the trigger. Read, react, diagnose, and when you see it, go fire away, and that's exactly what the defense does to take away that screen.
Throwing his Love on third. Completed over the middle. Great job rallying to the football. They get him down right. At the marker, fourth down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Yellow, 43. Ready?
They're going to go. It's Love. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they do.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push them back for second down.
Brings up second and 17 at the 19-yard line.
Back to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, it's third down.
Brings up third down and 17.
Here he goes, third and long. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Will Johnson. And the Cardinals get it back on his 6th interception of the season. All set to go now from the 35. There's a dive up the middle. And he gets this one down inside the 30. That's a gain of 5.
Cool thing about a drive starting to run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is second and 4.
Red, 38. Cut.
Love from the gun. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, that's not met the standard they set for themselves.
No connection on the last play. Now it's third down.
Cut. Ready.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and an incomplete.
Now the Cardinals sending out the field goal unit. It's from the right hash, 46 yards. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And it'll knock this game up late in the second quarter.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
He fields it from the 8. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
On first down, they'll run. And this is going to take him off and across midfield there at the opposing 45.
That's good for a Rams first down. First and 10 at the 45.
Not much scoring to this point as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More football from SoFi in just a moment.
Ready.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. They give it to him again. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. That tackle made by Blake Cashman.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Now on second down. He takes it ahead for about 4 yards. It's third down.
Okay, ready.
At the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up third.
They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. And gain 11 on that play. And that's going to be good for an LA first down. Give now to the running back. And there's the stop after he drives this down to the 13. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Rams have the first down.
First and 10
Danger,
at
Kate.
the 13-yard
Danger, I
line.
say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, first and 10.
Ready.
Right up the gut. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now.
Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams take the lead just before halftime. On comes Joshua Carty to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Rams break that tie and now lead by 7.
Cardinals 3. Joshua Carty to kick off.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Fielded just shy of the end zone. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here we go.
Probably looking at our final snap and a half here on first down.
60 red. Ready.
Line up the design keeper. So we have a one-score game here at the break. Now it's time for the E. And with no halftime report this week, it seems, we're going to get right back to the field for the start of quarter number 3. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Here's a return from the 7. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Rams returning their offense and this running back to the field. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the second half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
You know, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every first down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. 24-yard line.
Back to the well again. For a second, we both thought he'd get the first, but he winds up being just shy of a gain of 8, third down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
First down, and they go right back to it. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
That's one as a running back in this league, you got to convert every time. Teams really don't care. If you're a Hall of Famer or an undrafted rookie, you can't get 1 yard for a first, they're going to start holding auditions for someone who can.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So it's second down coming up. They'll go play action. On target to Musgrave. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks. Here's first and 10 from the 47.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now give left side. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. A play made by Will Johnson.
Johnson there on the tackle. It's a pickup of 3. Brings
After the 3-yard pickup, it's second and 7.
44-yard line.
Dive play straight ahead. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. Well, we've talked about this before, Brock. The thinking's simple but effective. We'll stop getting it to this guy when you find a way to stop him, and they have yet to do that today.
You know, there's just certain things up in this booth that I love. I think you could feel it emanating from me. And one of them is when you impose your will, and you don't back away from it. If they can't stop it, run it right at them.
First and 10 from the 32. They're going play action. Headed out right. And that was just a little bit too low to be brought in.
I think more than ever, QBs today are so good at doing this, Kate, buying himself enough time and actually finding a target downfield. Just this time, he couldn't quite make that connection.
Here we go.
They'll throw on second and 10. A lot of guys there, and it's intercepted. And the Cardinals are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. First down now, ball at the 33.
Come on, Sam. Cut. Yellow. 43. Cut.
And off to Benson to start the drive. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
Love now on first and 10. Throwing the out route complete. And they've got to him just a step or two before he can reach the 40 as he set out. So first down from the 41.
First down, Cardinals.
Benson now from the gun. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on first down. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
Short pass brought in. And they bring him down, but not before he advances it all the way to the 20. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. Coming to the line for another first and 10.
Arizona.
Ready.
Hand off to Benson from the gun. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
38. Ready.
Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Ready. Ready. 52 points.
To the air on 3rd and long. Harrison secures this left side. And he's brought down after a short gain. Now the Cardinals sending out the field goal unit. He connected once and a good chance here. This is inside of 35. Well, the defense is really buckled down. That was a scoreless 3rd quarter for us. It's Cardinals ball, and they could use a score. They come into the 4th trailing. Down a score. They're going to go for this on 4th down.
Let's go. 45. White. Cut.
Desperation time here. He will score. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Trey McBride, the touchdown. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Fielded at the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. Out come the Rams on offense. They're headed out there after just watching their lead disappear, but going off of that, an opportunity does exist now for an immediate answer.
And I'm going to say the quiet thing out loud here, Kate. There is a part of this offensive group that just loves this opportunity. They get the chance right now to answer, and not just that, but possibly come up with a game-winning drive.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. The Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
He's going to work ahead for a couple here. It's 3rd down now.
At the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 10.
Ready. 19.
3rd and long for him here. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Plowing up the middle. Nothing doing here as he only manages the arm.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Hand off to the back. The 2nd down run good for 4. That brings up 3rd down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign that they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Sending him on the dive. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Find me an offense that won't take that type of result every snap. Good execution, a quality gain, and it move the sticks.
1st down now, ball at the 33.
Here we go, here we go. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Ready.
Here's the handoff. One good for a gain of 4. It's 2nd down.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Get it, get it.
Back-to-back carries here. And they are set up excellently. This is down to the 18. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's going to be good for an LA 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Come on, ready.
Quick toss headed left. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop him behind the line. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with first and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone. It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. Rams in range for a game-winning score. They're all set up for the game winner. Let's see how they approach it, starting with this first and goal.
Left, check out.
They'll try and punch it in. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Rams jump in front late. So how about the determination there? This game has been as hard fought as you will see. But they grab hold of the lead here with a late touchdown that may just win them the ball game.
You could almost feel them saying, Kate, we don't want overtime. Let's go out and get it done now. They accomplished their goal, but you do have to ask the question, do they leave too much time on the clock? Stay tuned.
He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Cardinals in possession of it once again. And they're taking the field knowing that they need a touchdown here, Brock. More pressure on them now than they've had any drive so far this game.
Well, our colleague, Charles Davis, has a line for a spot just like this. Pressure, it can burst pipes, but can also create diamonds. Let's see what the outcome of this pressure is going to be.
Looking right, and he finds him. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. The Cardinals decided to use the first of their 3 timeouts. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. Big shot to begin the drive has him up beyond the 40.
Check right.
Benson on 1st and 10. And he's all the way across midfield down inside that 45-yard line. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And it's going to give the Cardinals a first down.
First down, Cardinals.
Smith, red. Ready?
Here he is to throw. Snared by the running back. Here's Trey Benson. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Back to throw.
At the 41-yard line.
And really, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game.
And it's
Yellow.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down.
Smith,
Now to throw. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit, Kate. You get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, got to find a way to win.
ready, set.
The deficit is 7, so they have to convert here on 4th down.
Ready, ready.
Now the Rams will use the first of their timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Yellow.
The deficit is 7, so they have to convert here on 4th down.
Check
Throwing
right.
now. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
You know, these 4th down plays are all about trust. You lean into what you do best. Unfortunately, with the lack of execution, you're going to throw that one off the playlist.
Ready, up.
Sign quarterback run here.
Come on, come
Back
on.
into that
Set.
favorite formation they go, Brock, forcing those guys to burn a timeout. So make a check in that win column for the Rams. And this thing of losing